Are you struggling to master the worlds of Axiom Verge? Well, you're not alone. With challenging platforming, legions of vicious enemies, and a whole host of unique mechanics to get your head around, there's a lot to learn in this sizable Metroid homage. From hunting down the game's secrets to choosing which weapons suit your playstyle best, here's our complete guide to the gameplay of Axiom Verge, from start to finish. When you start out in the caves and tunnels of the game's early levels, those of you who aren't old-time Metroid pros will probably struggle. Sure, the enemies aren't too tough, but the complex side-scrolling action of Metroidvania titles can swamp new players as you struggle to pick your way safely from platform to platform. Your first lesson, then, is jumping. Sure, we've all played Mario, but in Axiom Verge, knowing your jump perfectly matters. Work out how many tiles high and far you can jump. And remember that hitting into enemies will knock you back, which can easily be lethal if there are more bad guys below. When you're picking your way across thin pillars surrounded by danger, you want to know exactly how your jump handles. So if you're falling a lot, practice that agility. Another way to stay safe is to be methodical and careful about pushing through enemies. It's often tempting to just sprint through mobs, but it's usually a bad plan. Later, you'll have access to tools like the glitch gun that let you deal with large swathes of enemies quickly, but at first, you need to practice picking them off quickly and effectively. Make sure you use the lock position button when needed, so you can shoot in all directions without running into damage. Many people forget this simple tool, but it is incredibly useful. You can even use it mid-air if needs be, when you want to thread shots diagonally upwards to hit airborne enemies and clear the path ahead. The next skill to learn is how to explore. In Axiom Verge, there's a lot more to the levels than meets the eye. Secrets are hidden everywhere, and finding at least some of them is essential to getting through the game without setting yourself an excruciatingly difficult challenge. New weapons and power-ups all vie for your attention. Look out for rooms on the map that don't have borders around all of their sides. This indicates a hidden exit you haven't found. Try drilling or using tools like the remote drone to find what you're looking for. If you're totally stumped, give up and come back later. You probably need a tool you haven't got hold of yet. Once you do start finding some of the game's arsenal of exotic weaponry, it's time to put it to use. Choosing which of the many different guns you're going to use can be tricky since they vary wildly in effectiveness and style. But don't worry, the standard Axiom Disruptor is long range, fast firing and strong. As long as you're hitting that fire button quickly, this starting gun will see you through for a good long while. If you're really trying to master the game, then consider a few tips for more advanced players. First off, try glitching every single enemy you meet. Some of them will actually help you reveal secret areas in their glitched forms. Next up, keep an eye on the edges of rooms. If you can stand on a thin segment of floor, close to a thin wall, or beneath a thin ceiling, you might be able to walk through it if you have the right abilities. Working out just which walls are hollow is the tricky part. Besides that, all you can do is keep plugging away. The game's bosses aren't overly challenging, so your main obstacle is finding those hidden items and secret levels. It will take a master sleuth to get that elusive 100% rating, so get out there and get hunting. Good luck!